In the midst of life's unyielding realities, you may feel overwhelmed by burdens you never chose to carry, mistakes that replay in your mind, regrets that cloud your every thought, failures that echo in your heart, and wounds that refuse to heal. These are not abstract concepts. They are real, tangible weights that many of us bear every day, silently hindering our ability to step into the fullness of our potential. You might experience this weight as an invisible chain, one that tethers you to memories of pain and disappointment. Every day, these burdens sap your energy and cloud your vision, making it difficult to see the light of a promising future. The emotional toll of carrying such loads can leave you feeling trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and sorrow, where each new day is a struggle against the remnants of a past that no longer serves you. Yet amid this struggle, there lies an undeniable truth. You cannot move forward while holding on to the past. Clinging to old mistakes and lingering hurts only keeps you anchored in a place of stagnation, far removed from the vibrant life that awaits you. Today, you have the power to choose freedom, to let go of every unnecessary weight that holds you back. Imagine the liberation that comes from shedding these burdens, stepping out from the shadows of regret, and embracing a future defined by hope and possibility. It is time to release the chains of yesterday and reclaim the space needed for growth. Let go, strip off every weight, and open your heart to the promise of a new beginning. Your journey toward a brighter, unburdened future starts now. We all have things we wish we had done differently. The memories of decisions made in haste, of opportunities squandered, and of paths not taken can leave us feeling burdened by an overwhelming sense of regret. It might be the memory of a mistake that cost you dearly or a failure that shattered your confidence. These experiences, though painful, are not meant to define your future. Instead, they serve as reminders that you are human, that you have learned, and that you can use these lessons to fuel your growth. When we allow our past errors to dictate our present, we inadvertently anchor ourselves in a cycle of self-reproach and inaction. Yet the promise of Isaiah 43, verse 18-19 encourages us to cast off these heavy chains. The call to forget the former things is not an instruction to erase our history, but a liberating invitation to stop dwelling on it. By shifting our perspective, we begin to see that every misstep is a stepping stone, preparing us for the breakthroughs ahead. In addition to our personal missteps, the emotional wounds inflicted by others often continue to weigh heavily on our hearts. The pain of betrayal, the sting of harsh words, and the deep-seated hurt that arises from broken relationships can seem insurmountable. Holding on to these pains is like carrying a heavy stone that slows every step you take. Consider the story of Joseph, a man who endured profound betrayal at the hands of his own brothers. Despite being sold into slavery and facing unimaginable hardship, Joseph ultimately chose to let go of his bitterness. In doing so, he stepped into the destiny that was meant for him, turning what seemed like a tragic setback into a testimony of resilience and divine purpose. His story teaches us that forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs done to us, but about freeing ourselves from the burden of perpetual pain. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you remain chained to the very hurt that prevents you from experiencing the fullness of God's grace. Releasing that burden, though often difficult, opens the door to healing and restoration. Moreover, the fear of the unknown and the grip of self-doubt are additional weights that can immobilize us. Often the fear of failure or the anticipation of disappointment becomes so overwhelming that the pain of staying in a familiar, even if unsatisfactory, situation seems preferable to venturing into uncharted territory. This paralyzing fear convinces you that it is safer to cling to the past rather than risk another fall. However, when you allow fear to dictate your choices, you lock yourself into a cycle of stagnation, preventing the growth that comes from stepping into the future. The words of 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 remind us that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. This verse is a powerful reminder that you are equipped to face the unknown. Instead of letting fear hold you back, embrace the courage that comes from knowing you are not alone, that a power greater than your doubt stands with you. With that spirit of power and love, you can overcome self-doubt and move confidently toward the life that God has prepared for you. Reflecting on these burdens, it becomes evident that each one, whether it arises from personal mistakes, emotional wounds inflicted by others, or the crippling fear of what lies ahead, serves as a barrier between you and the abundant life that awaits. They act as anchors, holding you in place and preventing you from experiencing the transformative power of renewal. Yet, there is beauty in recognizing these weights for what they truly are. Temporary obstacles that can be cast aside when you decide to embrace a new beginning. Consider a moment in your life when you were overwhelmed by regret, a decision that you replayed over and over, each time feeling the sting of what might have been. Now imagine if, in that moment, you had chosen to view that decision not as a failure, but as a lesson that would eventually lead you to something greater. Every scar, every moment of pain, has the potential to refine you, to make you wiser and more resilient. This shift in perspective is not about denying the past. It is about transforming its impact on your present and future. When you see your history as a collection of experiences that have contributed to your growth, you begin to understand that regret is not a burden to be carried, but a guide to be learned from. Similarly, the emotional weight of hurt and betrayal can feel like a constant reminder of a time when life was unkind. These wounds often cause you to build walls around your heart, walls that protect you from further pain, but also isolate you from the love and support you need to heal. The process of forgiveness, although challenging, is the key to dismantling these walls. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning the wrong. Rather, it is a deliberate choice to free yourself from the shackles of past hurt. By letting go of the bitterness and resentment that hold you back, you create space for compassion, healing, and ultimately, peace. Like a bird released from a cage, you are then able to soar to heights you never thought possible, unburdened by the weight of yesterday's pain. Furthermore, the fear of stepping into the unknown is a formidable barrier that many of us encounter. It is all too easy to remain in the comfort of the known, even when that comfort comes at the cost of growth and fulfillment. The uncertainty of what lies ahead can be intimidating, and self-doubt can whisper that you are not ready or capable of embracing change. Yet this fear is nothing compared to the life you could lead if you dared to trust in the promise of a brighter future. The assurance found in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 is a call to replace fear with faith, to let the spirit of power, love, and sound mind propel you forward. When you choose to believe in your potential and in the divine plan set before you, you find that the weight of self-doubt begins to lift, replaced by a steadfast determination to pursue the life you were meant to live. In light of all these burdens, regret, hurt, and fear, it becomes clear that clinging to the past is like carrying an anchor in a race. The more you hold on, the harder it is to move forward and embrace the new chapter that awaits. Each burden is a reminder of what once was, but it does not have to dictate what will be. The time has come to recognize that every weight you carry is an obstacle that can be removed with the right perspective and the strength that comes from faith. As you reflect on your own life, consider how these burdens have affected you. Ask yourself if the weight of regret, the scars of betrayal, or the whispers of self-doubt are preventing you from stepping into your destiny. Realize that by choosing to let go, you are not erasing your past, but rather liberating yourself from its confines. In doing so, you open up the possibility of a future filled with hope, healing, and boundless opportunity. The journey to a lighter, freer life begins with the decision to leave it all behind and to trust that your best days are still ahead. In this moment of reflection, may you find the courage to release every weight that holds you back. Remember that your past does not define you, it refines you. And as you step away from the burdens of yesterday, you make room for the abundant grace and transformative power of a new beginning. building on the realization that your past does not define you, but rather refines you. It becomes clear that the journey toward a lighter, freer life requires deliberate and transformative actions. As you stand at this crossroads, it is essential to understand that stripping off every weight that holds you back involves releasing the past, renewing your mind, forgiving deeply, and taking bold steps into the unknown with unwavering faith. The process of shedding these burdens is not instantaneous. Rather, it is a gradual and intentional journey of healing, transformation, and rebirth. A journey that invites you to embrace the promise of a new beginning. To begin with, releasing the past and renewing your mind is a crucial step in moving forward. You cannot embrace the future if your hands are full of yesterday's pain. This truth invites you to shift your perspective so that you see your past not as an anchor, but as a collection of lessons that have prepared you for the present moment. Every scar and every mistake holds within it the seed of wisdom, provided you are willing to learn from them rather than let them control you. Reflect for a moment on the idea that each regret or failure was once a moment of profound growth, even if it did not feel that way at the time. When you choose to view your past as a series of stepping stones, you begin to transform the narrative of your life. Instead of being defined by regret, you start to see each experience as a building block toward a future filled with potential and promise. This renewal of the mind is powerfully encapsulated in the words of Romans 12, verse 2, which reminds us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Such transformation is not merely about positive thinking. It is about reprogramming your inner dialogue and inviting God's truth into every corner of your heart. Daily affirmations become a practical tool in this process. Speaking life over your situation, affirming that you are not your past, that you are destined for greater things, can gradually dissolve the barriers that have kept you tethered to old wounds. In your quiet moments of reflection or during your morning prayers, remind yourself that each new day is an opportunity to let go of yesterday's pain and to embrace the promise of renewal. As you do so, you will notice that the heaviness that once seemed insurmountable begins to lift, replaced by a gentle lightness that propels you forward. Hand in hand with renewing your mind is the profound act of forgiveness, an act that liberates you from the chains of unforgiveness that keep you bound to past hurts. Unforgiveness is like a heavy shackle that not only restrains you from moving forward, but also continuously reopens old wounds with every passing day. The truth is that forgiving does not mean condoning the wrongs that have been done to you. Rather, it means releasing yourself from the persistent grip of bitterness and resentment. Think of forgiveness as an act of self-love, a declaration that you deserve peace and freedom in moments when the memory of betrayal or hurt threatens to overwhelm you. Remind yourself that holding on to such pain only serves to anchor you in the past. Instead, choose to forgive as a means of freeing yourself. Whether it is through writing a heartfelt letter that you may or may not send, saying a prayer of release, or simply speaking words of forgiveness over your own heart, each act of forgiveness is a step toward unburdening yourself. As you practice forgiveness, allow yourself to feel the liberation that comes with letting go. Picture the weight of resentment as a physical object that you are gently setting down, freeing your arms to reach upward toward new heights. This process is not always easy, and there may be moments when old feelings resurface. In those moments, remind yourself that forgiveness is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice, a continuous choice to live in freedom rather than in bondage. Over time, as you make forgiveness a habit, you will begin to experience a profound shift in your heart. The space once occupied by bitterness and pain will gradually fill with hope, compassion, and an open readiness to embrace the fullness of life that awaits you. Once you have begun to release the past and forgive those who have wronged you, the next vital step is to take bold, courageous actions toward your future. This is where faith comes into play in a very tangible way. Stepping into the unknown can be daunting, especially when the comfort of familiarity seems so enticing despite its limitations. Yet faith is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly what the future holds. It is about trusting that God is already there, working behind the scenes to orchestrate a future far greater than you can imagine. When you choose to take bold steps forward, you are not venturing into the dark. Rather, you are stepping into the light of God's promise. Consider the story of someone who, after enduring significant setbacks, chose to rise again with renewed determination. Their journey was not free of obstacles, yet each step taken in faith built momentum toward a remarkable comeback. In your own life, there may be moments when fear and self-doubt conspire to keep you in place. However, the invitation to step forward boldly is a reminder that every new chapter holds the potential for extraordinary breakthroughs. Faith is about taking that first step, even when the path is shrouded in uncertainty. It is about trusting that the obstacles you encounter are merely temporary and that the reward waiting on the other side is worth every risk. In embracing this call to action, it is helpful to adopt practical strategies that reinforce your commitment to moving forward. For instance, setting small, achievable goals can create a sense of progress and momentum. Every time you accomplish a goal, no matter how modest it may seem, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of change and growth. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community, friends, mentors, or fellow believers who encourage you and hold you accountable can also be instrumental in this journey. Their presence can serve as a constant reminder that you are not alone in your quest for a better future. Moreover, cultivating a daily practice of gratitude can transform your perspective on life. When you focus on the blessings and the positive aspects of your journey, the burdens of the past lose some of their weight. Gratitude has the power to shift your focus from what has been lost to what has been gained, and from what hurts to what heals. In the quiet moments of your day, take time to reflect on the progress you have made and the strength you have gained. Let each day be a testament to the power of letting go and moving forward with a heart filled with hope and determination. As you commit to these practices, renewing your mind, forgiving deeply, and stepping boldly into the future, you will begin to notice a transformation within yourself. The weight of the past that once seemed so immovable will gradually diminish, replaced by a sense of lightness and liberation that allows you to soar. Each act of release is an affirmation of your right to live a life unburdened by yesterday's pain. It is a declaration that you are ready to embrace the future with open arms, trusting in the promise that every step forward brings you closer to the destiny that God has prepared for you. As you stand on the brink of this transformative journey, it is important to remember that the process of letting go is both a personal and spiritual endeavor. It requires courage, perseverance, and above all, a steadfast trust in God's plan for your life. The words of 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 serve as a powerful reminder that you are not meant to live in fear. Instead, you have been given a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, qualities that empower you to confront your past and shape your future. Embrace these qualities as you take each step towards shedding the weights that have held you back. In the midst of this process, allow yourself to be patient and gentle with your own heart. Transformation does not happen overnight, and there will be days when the memories of the past try to pull you back into their dark embrace. On those days, anchor yourself in the truth that every moment is an opportunity to choose freedom over bondage. Let your actions and your prayers be a continuous reminder that you are on a path toward healing and renewal. And as you move forward, keep in mind that every small step, every act of forgiveness, and every moment of courage is a victory over the forces that once held you captive. Now, as you begin to experience the liberation that comes with stripping off every weight that holds you back, it is time to envision a new beginning, a beginning that starts today. In this moment, you are invited to make a decisive choice, to let go of what has been, and to embrace what is yet to come. This is a call to action, a heartfelt invitation to step into the fullness of your destiny with courage and determination. Right now, choose to let go. Strip off the weight that has burdened you for far too long, and move forward with a heart unburdened by regret or fear. Visualize a future where the chains of the past no longer confine you, where each day is filled with the promise of renewal and the joy of possibility. Picture yourself walking along a path bathed in light, free from the shadows of yesterday's mistakes and setbacks. In this vision, you are no longer defined by what has happened, but by the potential that lies ahead. The imagery of a new dawn breaking over a horizon of hope is a powerful reminder that every moment is an opportunity to start afresh. As you stand on the threshold of this new beginning, allow yourself to feel the excitement and the anticipation of what is yet to come. In the quiet stillness of your heart, offer a prayer or a declaration of intent, a sincere conversation with God that expresses your desire to leave the past behind. Speak these words with conviction, for they hold the power to reshape your reality. God, I surrender my past to you. I am stepping into my future with strength and faith. This prayer is more than a mere statement. It is a commitment to trust in the divine plan that has been lovingly crafted for you. In surrendering your past, you are not diminishing its importance, but rather recognizing that its time has passed and that the promise of tomorrow is far greater than the regrets of yesterday. As you embrace this new chapter, be encouraged by the truth that your best days are still ahead of you. The journey that lies before you is one of discovery, growth, and endless possibilities. It is a journey where every setback becomes a setup for a comeback, where every loss gives way to a gain, and where every moment of despair is met with the hope of a brighter future. The promise of Jeremiah 29 verse 11 echoes in your heart, reminding you that God has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. With that assurance, step boldly into the unknown, confident that the path ahead is paved with grace, love, and divine purpose. In this season of renewal, let your actions speak louder than the echoes of past failures. Every decision you make, every step you take, is a testament to your courage and your willingness to embrace change. Whether it is through a renewed commitment to your dreams, a rekindled passion for life, or simply the quiet assurance that you are on the right path, let your life be a living declaration of the power of transformation. The weight that once held you down is now a memory, and in its place stands a spirit unburdened, ready to soar to heights you had never imagined possible. Allow this moment to be the turning point, the moment when you decide that the past no longer has the power to dictate your future. Embrace the freedom that comes with releasing every weight that has ever held you back, and step confidently into a future filled with promise and possibility. As you move forward, know that you are not alone. God's presence is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and cheering you on as you claim the life that has been destined for you. The transformation that unfolds from letting go is not about erasing your history, but about reclaiming your future. It is an act of courage, a bold declaration that you are ready to live a life defined by hope rather than haunted by regret. And in that declaration, you find the power to overcome every obstacle and to rise above every challenge. With each new day, you are given the chance to rewrite your story, to let go of the burdens that no longer serve you, and to step into a narrative filled with light, love, and endless possibility. Now is the time to take that leap of faith, to trust in the promise of a new beginning, and to declare to the world that you are leaving it all in the past. Embrace the journey with open arms, knowing that every moment of pain has prepared you for this very moment, the moment when you finally set yourself free. As you look back, you will see that the struggles of yesterday were necessary to forge the strength and resilience that now propel you forward. And as you look ahead, you will witness the unfolding of a future that is brighter, bolder, and filled with the promise of divine blessings. In closing, let your heart be filled with the assurance that letting go is not losing. It is gaining the freedom to run toward your destiny. The process of stripping off every weight that holds you back is an act of liberation, a journey toward greater peace, joy, and purpose. As you walk this path, let the words, "Leave it in the past," serve as your rallying cry, a reminder that what once was does not bind you, but rather prepares you for what is to come. Embrace the truth that your best days are still ahead, and with every step, reaffirm your commitment to living a life unburdened by regret and fueled by the hope of a brighter tomorrow. May you find the courage to let go of every sorrow, every mistake, and every moment of pain that has ever weighed you down. Instead, choose to embrace the healing power of forgiveness, the transformative force of renewed hope, and the bold energy of faith. As you release what no longer serves you, you create space within your heart and mind for the abundant grace that awaits, a grace that transforms, uplifts, and propels you toward the destiny you were always meant to live. This new beginning is not a destination, but a continuous journey, one that invites you to keep moving forward with determination and joy. It is a journey of self-discovery and renewal, where every step taken in faith is a victory over the darkness of the past. And as you travel this path, let the light of hope guide you, the warmth of love sustain you, and the promise of God's plan inspire you every day. The time to leave it all behind is now. Step boldly into the future, stripped of every weight that once held you back, and embrace the magnificent unfolding of your life. Your new season is calling, and with open arms, it welcomes you into a world where every moment is a testament to the power of letting go and the beauty of moving forward. May your heart be light, your spirit free, and your path illuminated by the unwavering promise that your best days are yet to come.